Well, we are back here with Rockies baseball, game 3 of this 3-game set with the San Francisco Giants. And as always, I got to go in here and accidentally fix some settings here, because we don't want old Matt Vasgersian here talking, because that's what I'm here for. Apply those changes, and we're back here in action as the Rockies looking to avoid the sweep here, as yesterday they've fallen down 2-0 in this series. They've fallen to 9-14 at the bottom of the National League West, going against the Giants, who are in second place. Played a good game. The Rockies lost yesterday's game. We didn't broadcast it. 6-3 as Logan Webb will get the start here for the Giants. 2 starts. He's 0-2 with a 5.02 ERA. 14 innings of work, 12 hits, 1.53 ERA, 10 walks, 214 strikeouts. He'll be looking to give his team a 3-game sweep here against the Rockies as David Dahl will lead things off. Dahl hitting .225 on the season. Here's the first pitch to Dahl, and we are underway here at Oracle Park. As a called strike one, and like I said, Giants 14-10. They're second in the West, just a half game back behind the first placed Los Angeles Dodgers.
First pitch, 12:45.
Here's the 0-1 to Dahl, misses inside with that 4-seamer. Weather today, 70 degrees, partly cloudy, wind 9 miles per hour blowing in from left field. Pretty typical day here at Oracle Park. Here's the 1-1 to Dahl. Swings line shot right at the first baseman, who snags it for out number 1. Here's how the Rockies will line up today. David Dahl, center field. He'll lead off. Trevor Story, short. Third. Nolan Arenado batting third. He'll play third. Followed by Charlie Blackmon. Then Daniel Murphy, Ryan McMahon, Ian Desmond, Tony Wolters, and Antonio Senzatella doing the pitching. As Trevor Story will stand in. It's a pretty typical lineup the Rockies have had in this series. Here's the 1-0 to Story. Swings and fouls that one off. They'll even count in 1-1. The 1-1 misses in the dirt. 2-1. The 2-1. That's a called strike on the high outside corner with that slider. And the 2-2 just misses inside. That will run the count full. The 3-2. That one's chopped foul. Well, Story just hitting .202 on the season. Here's another full. And he misses it right there, so that'll be 1-out walk for Trevor Story, and so the Rockies have a man on for Nolan Arenado. Nice at bat there for Story. I was saying he's been struggling, and it's always good to get him on base. So Nolan Arenado will stand in, 3-11, 7 homers, 19 RBIs. Here's the 0-0 pitch, and that'll be called strike one. In the last 7 games, Arenado's scored 6 runs. He's kind of been one of the main producers of this Rockies offense as that one bounces in the dirt. Soft toss down to first, but Story's back easily. Here's the 1-1. Story takes off for second. Hit and run. That one's going to go down the line. That's going to bounce off the wall. Story getting the green light from third as Arenado will trot into second, and an RBI double as the Rockies get themselves on the board first here in the first inning. That's his 3rd double of the season. Runner going, he just tucks that down the line over Sandoval's head. It's down, and Yastrzemski ran it down. But Story, who runs well, is able to easily score from first. And that'll bring up Charlie Blackmon, who's on a 7-game hitting streak at a torrid pace. He's 11 for 24 during this hitting streak. Had 4 hits in yesterday's game. And that booming 3-run homer in the first game of this series that we saw. So here's the first pitch to Blackmon with the runner on second. Pops this one high in the air, drifting into foul territory, and they'll make the catch. Yolmer Sanchez makes the catch. Now bring up Daniel Murphy. Struggling, hitting a .189, 4 homers, 8 RBIs, 284 OPS. Here's the first pitch to Murphy. Catches the inside corner for strike one. He's third on the Rockies in home runs. He's only got 4. That shows how things have struggled for the Rockies. That one misses low, ball 1. Arenado leads the club in homers with 7. Followed by Blackmon. And then you got Murphy, who's got 4. Pretty uncharacteristic of this Rockies offense. Inside pitch, bounce to first, easy play there, and that will retire the side. But Rockies get on the board thanks to the RBI double from from Nolan Arenado. And things are cooking as we head to the bottom of the first, as the Giants will get their first look against Antonio Senzatella. So Antonio Senzatella, the Little Prince, in his fourth. This will be his 5th start of the year. He's 0-2 with a 7.94 ERA in 17 innings of work, 21 hits, 171 WHIP, and 9 strikeouts to 8 walks. Like a lot of the Rockies pitching staff, starting pitching, it's been a struggle. Yolmer Sanchez will lead things off, the first baseman. There's the first pitch from Senzatella. Swing, tap down the line, stays fair. Murphy will snag it and takes to the bag himself for out number 1. Nice play there by Murphy. Well, here's how the Giants will line up. Yolmer Sanchez and Wilmer Flores, the second baseman, bats second. Hunter Pence, Mike Yastrzemski, Paulo Sandoval, Clint Frazier, Brandon Crawford, and then Aramis Garcia making the start today behind the dish. As Wilmer Flores, the second baseman, will stand in now. He swings at that first pitch, fastball for strike 1. Well, the Rockies off to a rough start here in April. They're 9-14. They're at the bottom of the division. And a lot of that's been a lot of offensive woes. Flores fouls that pitch off. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Senzatella. Just misses low with that slider. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Dribbler to second. McMahon's got it on off-balance throw. Easily gets Flores, and there's 2 quick outs for Senzatella here in the first. Nice play there by McMahon. He had to range over, and that's not an easy play. He had to backhand it and kind of throw it off balance, drifting away past second base. And luckily he's able to get the out, and that'll bring up Hunter Pence, who is a very dangerous hitter, hitting .368 so far this season. See, making his return back to the Giants. Fouled away. Hunter Pence, longtime Astro, and was traded to the Phillies, and traded over to the Giants, where he spent quite a few years, and then just last season signed with the Rangers. Primarily played DH, had kind of a resurgence there, and then he's back here with the Giants. As he's behind 1-2 on Senzatella. Always a good success. Kind of a goofier guy. Kind of see there from his batting stance, his antics. Loves his coffee. Kind of very intense guy. Takes ball 2 there. Good clubhouse guy. That's what we've always seen. And Senzatella gets him swinging there at the off-speed pitch. And that'll retire the sign. So the Giants go 1-2-3 in their half of the first. And we head to the top of the second. Rockies with a 1-0 lead. Ryan McMahon, second baseman, will get the start here to lead off the inning. In 2:15 on the year. Logan Webb kicks and deals. Called strike there on the outside corner. His last 4 games, McMahon's been kind of hot, hitting .429. It's the 0-1. Swinging at that inside fastball. It's now 0-2. Nice bit of pitching there. Going outside and then running it in. And they get him. Swinging at the curveball up and in. And that's Webb's first strikeout. Good sequence of pitching there. Went outside and low on McMahon to start out, and then they ran a fastball inside, and then ran inside even more to tie him up. And McMahon's down on 3 straight pitches, and that'll bring up Ian Desmond, the left fielder, who's hitting .241 on the year. Watches that first pitch high for ball 1. He's on a 7-game hitting streak, though. Kind of being a bit of an anchor in that bottom third of the order for the Rockies. .10 misses outside. In his last 5 games has been 6 for 17 in .353 average. Called strike at the knees. It's now 2-1. Kind of a questionable call there, but umpire gives it to Webb.
Nope, upstairs.
Three and 1 here on Ian Desmond. And called a ball in the inside corner. He holds up, and so the Rockies got themselves a 1-out base runner. Walked by Ian Desmond. That'll bring up Tony Walters with 1-out, runner on first, hitting .320 on the year, 6 RBIs. Splitting a lot of time with Elias Diaz behind the plate in a platoon situation as he bounces that one foul. That one misses inside. It's 1-1 now. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one runs inside with the 2-seamer. It's 2-1 now on Walters. Webb having a bit of a hard time finding the zone here in this inning. That one runs outside. It's now 3-1. Trying to spot the 2-seamer on those corners, but with the nature of that pitch and its cutting action, he's just missing those corners. Here's a 3-1 delivery, and that runs inside, and he walks Walters. So just by getting the leadoff man on 3 pitches, Webb immediately walks Ian Desmond, then Walters, and that'll bring up Antonio Senzatella, the pitcher, who can only assume he may try to drop down a bunt, move those runners to third and second, and hand it over to David Dahl to try and cash in. Here's the first pitch to Senzatella, who gets the bunt down. Hard roller over to third. Sandoval takes it to second. The throw back to first. They got him. Heads up play there by Pablo Sandoval. Senzatella just bunts it a little too hard directly at Sandoval, who's able to turn the double play and get the Giants out of the inning. So we head to the bottom of the second. Rockies have a 1-0 lead, but missed opportunity there. Mike Yastrzemski, the left fielder, will lead things off here. It's like a lot of the Giants, he's enjoying some success. He's on a 7-game hitting streak right now. .301 average with 9 homers. Watches a called strike there on the fastball. He leads the Giants in RBIs with 17 on the team. Pablo Sandoval is another one that's up there in RBIs as well as Hunter Pence. Here's the 0-1. This is low and outside with that changeup. And swings through that one. It's now 1-2 on Yastrzemski. Senzatella looking good here, pounding the zone, getting some contact. Another 1-2 pitch. Bouncer foul. Nice play by the ball person down the line in foul territory. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fouls that one away. Went upstairs on him. Yastrzemski able to get a piece of that. Foul it off. Here's the 1-2. Went high with that fastball. He misses. Now 2-2. And went downstairs this time. Pablo Sandoval, very dangerous hitter on deck in this series, especially in first game of the series. Had a huge 3-run homer that gave the Giants the lead. And went upstairs and got him swinging through that fastball for his second strikeout of the game. And now there's one away. Just swings right through that fastball. Good job by Senzatella there, just working up and down, north and south in the zone. And that's a very successful thing for pitchers to do to keep those hitters off balance. First pitch swinging for Sandoval, but he hits the changeup right at Trevor Story, who fires first for the second out of the inning. Sandoval going right after Senzatella, and he said just hits a routine ground ball over to Trevor Story, and I'll bring Clint Frazier, center fielder. Here's the first pitch. This is outside with that curveball. It's 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Called strike at the knees. The 1-1. That runs inside. It's now 2-1 on Frazier. Frazier acquired from the Yankees. This is low, ball 3. Brandon Crawford waits on deck. Senzatella falls behind 3-1. And the 3-2. That runs outside, ball 4, so Senzatella loses him.
Batting seventh, the shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
I'll bring up Brandon Crawford here with 2 outs. Runner on first. Comes the first pitch to Crawford. Called strike. Crawford looking for that 100 career home runs milestone. Luckily the Rockies have been able to prevent him from that, but there's still time in this game. Hopefully it doesn't come around, but Crawford kind of not the premier hitter he once was. A couple years ago, was kind of averaged out. Time kind of in a career slump at this time, but still always a very dangerous Rocky killer. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Crawford. This is up and in with that fastball. It's 2-1. Well, there's those reports of minor league baseball accepting the Major League Baseball deal. They had a conference yesterday on Wednesday. This is outside, ball 3. Because everybody was believing that they were going to accept the Major League Baseball deal and have to cut 40 teams. Well, they brought out a statement on Tuesday saying, yeah, that's not true. We haven't accepted anything yet. Called strike on that curveball. And then they jointly released a statement today, this morning, saying that they're just going to keep working on communicating and getting a deal. That ball misses for ball 4, so back-to-back walks here from Senzatella with 2 outs. That'll bring up Ramos Garcia, the catcher, with 2 men on, 2 outs here. Thought they brought out this statement saying they're going to keep communicating. Hopefully they were constructive conversations, but still a lot of questions to remain. See what happens with minor league baseball here in the future. First pitch misses it, catches at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Ramos Garcia, second round draft pick, 2014 by the Giants. Here's the 0-1. Bounced foul. Senzatella, after a very productive first inning, is throwing about 23 pitches in the second inning. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Try to get him to chase there, but he misses outside. It's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Garcia. And it's low again with the fastball. It evens the count at 2-2. The 2-2. Grounder to short. Story's got it. He'll fire to first to retire the side. So, despite the 2 walks, Senzatella is able to get the ground out to end the inning. Rockies hold on to a 1-0 lead. We head to the top of the third. Top third of the order due up for the Rockies. David Dahl will lead things off. He's 1 for 9 in the series. He's kind of had a rough time of it in these first 2 games. As he pops up that first pitch, can of corn around home plate. As Garcia makes the catch, 1 pitch, 1 out for the Rockies here in the third. Like we were saying, here's how the things look in the National League West. Got the Dodgers at 15-10, followed by the Giants at 14-10, then San Diego and Arizona 11-13, 11-14, and the Rockies at the bottom of the division at 9-14. They've had a rough go of it here to start the season. Trevor Story came around to score his last time up. Watches the fastball low for ball 1. His last 9 games, he's scored 7 runs, so Story's somehow getting on base a lot of the time. A lot of it via the walk or other means, but he really needs to get his bat going to really boost this offense. Swings to that changeup. It's 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swings through that one. It's 2-2. 2-2 delivery from Webb. Misses inside. That'll run the count full. Trevor Story made his debut back in 2016. Got off to a torrid pace, really. The record books as he lines that one back into center field for a base hit. So, Story's on again for the second time in this game. Nice pitch, sinking action, and he just lines it back where it came from, rolls off the mound, kind of give it that momentum to get out into center field. So I'll put a runner on first with Arenado up to plate, and RBI double down the left field line his first time around. And he'll do it again. This one's the exact same spot down the line. Yastrzemski will get it. Story will get the green light, the throw home. Oh, Crawford decides to hold on to it, so Story scores easily as Nolan Arenado's got his second RBI double of the game. Same exact pitch that he hit in the first inning. Just ropes it down the line. And again, Trevor Story with that great speed he's got, is able to book it home as Crawford just decides not to throw it home. Thought they had a chance to get him, but it looks like they held up, and yeah, it's Charlie Blackmon up to the plate now. 6 for 10 in the series with 2 homers, 4 RBIs. He's ground out victim in the first inning. Here's the 1-0. 1 out, runner on second. Grounds that one foul. Here's the 1-1. Fouls that one off. This one's fouled off. It's 1-2. That's what the Rockies need, is people like David Dahl and Trevor Story getting on base and then letting the Arenados and the Blackmons drive those guys in as he tapper back to the mound. Webb gloves it, and then he'll fire over to first for the second out of the inning. If you can get those leadoff men on and let your 3 and 4 hole hitters cash them in, then that's a recipe for success, and that's what the Rockies have needed, but they've really struggled with. Here's the first pitch to Murphy. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. That one's fouled away. 0-2 now on Murphy. Here's the 0-2. That runs up and in and hits Murphy. So with 2 outs, he was down 0-2 on him. Just decides to plunk him. Off breaking ball pitch that got away from him hits Daniel Murphy, and so Rockies will have a man in first and second now with 2 outs. And Ryan McMahon can get a shot here with a man on second. He's had a good series, 4 for 9. Kind of turning things around. That misses high, ball 1. The thing with the Rockies is they've just always got to cash in moments like this. 2 outs, man in scoring position. You got to find a way to get on base, get a base hit, score that man. Here's the 1-0. That misses high with a slider. It's 2-0. You see here Logan Webb trying to pitch to the outside corner, get him to tap something weakly over to the right side. Goes with the changeup again and misses. 3-0. Nice pitch there, aiming for that low outside corner. Home plate umpire just calls it a bit outside, maybe a little low. Here's the 3-0. And right down Main Street, and it's 3-1. The last time around, McMahon went down on 3 straight pitches. We'll see if Webb decides to run it inside on him. Goes low and called ball 4, so that'll load the bases. With Ian Desmond coming up, as the pitching coach will come out and talk to Webb. Try and calm down, figure out the game plan here. With bases loaded, 2 outs here in the third. Rockies lead at 2-0. So I remind everybody, this is Skylar Timmons, part of the Sideline Crowd. Just broadcasting these games for fun, when we can. Just hopefully waiting for baseball to come back eventually, in whatever form that looks like. Here's the first pitch to Ian Desmond. Takes the changeup on the inside corner. It's now 1-0. Well, Desmond, this season, he's only 50 hits away from having 1,500. As a slow roller to first, Sanchez has got it, and he'll take it to the back to retire the side. So Nolan Arenado gets the Rockies another run with another RBI double down the left field line to the corner. Rockies lead this one 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. As Logan Webb, the pitcher, will lead things off here In the bottom of the third, Antonio Senzatella coming out for his third inning of work. First pitch to Webb. Called strike. It's 0-1. Webb drafted in 2014 by the Giants in the 4th round. Here's the 0-1. Swings through that one. Made his debut last year for the Giants. Swings, pop this one up to right field. Easy play for Blackman, who comes in to make the catch.
The first baseman, number 2, Yoma Sanchez.
Thought the division kind of panning out the way you think it would. Between the Dodgers, the Giants, San Diego, and Arizona, and the Rockies. Kind of how a lot of things were kind of predicted to turn out, as Yolmer Sanchez will stand in now with 1 out here in the 3rd.
Oh, that's off the plate.
And just misses outside. Oh, Yolmer Sanchez has had a pretty good series. Lines this one right at the shortstop Trevor Story for out number 2.
Now batting, the second baseman.
I'll bring up Wilmer Flores. Ground out victim in the 1st inning. Here's the first pitch, misses low. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That runs inside. It's 2-0. Two-0 pitch swinging, fouls that one off. It's 2-1. The 2-1. He had high, shallow left center field. Desmond makes the catch, and a 1-2-3 inning here in the 3rd for the Giants. Antonio Senzatella making quick work of the Giants. So we head to the bottom of the, or top of the 4th. 8-9-1 due up for the Rockies. They got a 2-0 lead here at Oracle Park. We try to skip through that stuff. Ryan McMahon kind of struggling in this game so far. He's 0 for 2. But Tony Walters, the catcher, will lead things off. Had a walk in the 2nd. Reached via the walk, and then Senzatella trying to do a sacrifice bunt to move him and Desmond into scoring position. Ended up into a double play. That ball misses low and away for ball 1. 1-0. Misses down and in. It's 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swinging. Grounder to first. Sanchez will flip it over to Webb, who covers the bag, and now there's 1 away.
The pitcher, number 49.
I'll bring up Antonio Senzatella. Well, kind of an update here in the Major League Baseball Dream Bracket on the Out of the Park Baseball 21. Yeah, Senzatella swings to that one. Looks like they're in the quarterfinals right now, as that one's fouled away. Got Yankees versus Astros, then Red Sox versus White Sox. That's an interesting one. And then in the, this one's flared out to right field, and it gets down for a base hit. Kind of a Texas leaguer there. It kind of falls into no man's land. Yolmer Sanchez was trying to range back as far as he could to get it. And Senzatella, who runs a little bit better than most pitchers, is able to get down to second on that play. Now a runner on second with one out, and David Dahl up to the plate. First pitch swinging, fouls that one away. And then it looks like over on the National League side, they've got St. Louis versus the Phillies, Pirates versus Reds. This is inside 1-1. David Dahl, despite his struggles, he's hitting .462 with runners in scoring position this season. Runs inside, it's 2-1. Looks like then you got the Marlins versus the Dodgers, and then Cubs versus Brewers in that all-time dream bracket. I think if anything, it's going to end up being something like Yankees versus Cardinals or something like that in these simulation games. It's now 2-2 on David Dahl. This is low, runs the count full. Here comes the payoff pitch to David Dahl. This one's lined high and deep. If it stays fair, it's gone, but it runs foul. Just hooked it a bit much, but David Dahl just missed a 2-run tater. That would have given the Rockies a 4-0 lead. Another payoff pitch. This one's flared out to left, drifting foul, and Yastrzemski's there to make the catch. Had to run a long way as it had that tailing action, but he's able to run it down. So there's 2 outs now with Trevor Story up to the plate. 1 for 1 with a single, 2 runs scored. Both scoring on Nolan Arenado doubles. Here's the first pitch to Story, and it's called strike 1. Here's the 0-1, swinging and a miss. The pitch inside. It's 0-2 on Trevor Story now. It's almost surprising that the Giants didn't beat the Brewers in the dream bracket.
Nope, that's the ball.
But somehow the Brewers were able to pull it off and move on. Logan Webb attended Rockland High School in Rockland, California. Posted a .49 ERA and struck out 70 batters his senior years. This one's lifted high and foul down the left field line. Story, if he'd kept that one fair, definitely would have been a big fly. Here's the 1-2. Called strike at the letters, and that will retire the side. So Senzatella gets the 1-out double, but the Rockies can't cash him in. Way to the bottom of the 4th. They lead this one still, though, 2-0. Hunter Pence, a strikeout victim in the first, had a rough series. He's 1 for 6 with an RBI. But he's leading things off here as he takes ball inside. Here's the 1-0. That one's lined foul. We'll talk a little bit here about Antonio Senzatella. 1-1, lifted high and deep out to right. Blackman ranging back, can't make the catch. It'll bounce up against the wall. Blackman hitting it as Hunter Pence will get into third easily with a leadoff triple. Not quite sure what happened out there. That's Pence's 4th triple of the year. Knew it was deep and Blackman may have had a chance, but kind of had a hard time picking it up at the base of the fence. As Yastrzemski, so this one to left. Desmond coming on. Pence tags the throw home. Not in time as Pence slides in easily, and just like that, it's 2-1. Rockies as the Giants are on the board here in the 4th inning. Well, Senzatella had a no-hitter until that triple. Sure, it was only 3 innings, but it's always impressive when you kind of get in a rhythm there. Pablo Sandoval come up on with 1 out and nobody on. Antonio Senzatella, the Venezuelan, signed as an amateur free agent. Played in the Dominican Summer League for the Rockies in 2012. Had a very successful time in the organization in 2014. And then he made the opening day roster in 2017. Oh, it's fouled away. Won Rookie of the Month in 2017. I remember that. He relied heavily on his fastball. That's what made him so interesting, is he was just kind of blowing it past guys and getting outs that way. He had a 3-1 record, 2.81 ERA in April. This one's lined foul. But he enjoyed a 2017, and he's kind of been up and down a little bit. Kind of finger blister issues. A lot of things. And then 2019 really struggled, but as he gets Pablo Sandoval there for his 3rd strikeout. Well, the speed of these guys on their fastballs, both of them has hit 96. It's pretty average fastball nowadays. Remember Clint Frazier, who walked in the 2nd. Senzatella, who was dubbed the Little Prince at one point. I want to say by Carlos Gonzalez or someone like that.
Ball at inside.
And misses inside. It's 1-0. There's the 1-0 pitch. That one's fouled away. The thing with Senzatella is we can see the greatness in him. It's just not consistent enough still. Here's the 1-1. Lined foul into the crowd. But he's got a healthy live fastball, nice slider, and a changeup. If he gets them all working, this one's lined foul again. It remains 1-2. So when Senzatella's on, he's on. But it's just hard getting him to that point on a consistent basis. Here's the 1-2. This is high and outside. It's 2-2. So he's definitely one of those guys that, a reliable rotation member when he's healthy and effective. It's just getting him to that point. The 2-2. This one stays fair as it lined into right for a base hit. So with 2 outs, the Giants get another man on here. And Brandon Crawford now will stand in. Runner on first, 2 outs here. Rockies lead at 2-1. 4th inning's kind of been the rough one for the Rockies in this series, as they struggled in Game 1. In Game 2, they gave up 3 runs. They ultimately cost them the game. They lost 6-3. Here's the 0-1. Called strike on that curveball in the inside corner. Brandon Crawford very well does well defensively. So I got 59 assists. Very solid shortstop. Here's the 0-2. Tapper in front of the mound. Walters comes out to get it. He'll fire to first to retire the side. So the Giants get a run back thanks to the triple by Hunter Pence and the sacrifice fly. But the Rockies still lead this one 2-1 as we head to the 5th. Heart of the order due up for the Rockies.
Your attention, please.
As Trevor Cahill now will take over for Logan Webb. 13 games this season. He's 4-1 with a 4-1 record. with a 6.48 ERA, 16 strikeouts to 15 walks. As he'll face the best third baseman in the game. Nolan Arenado's 2 for 2 in this one, a couple of doubles, both of them to score Trevor Story. He's responsible for the 2 runs today, hitting 5 for 12 in this series. He's enjoyed some success against the Giants. Takes the first pitch he sees from Cahill, lines that one into center field, but it hangs up long enough for Frazier to track it down for out number 1.
The right fielder, number 19, Charlie Blackman.
Being aggressive against Cahill, and Arenado got a good piece of that, and it just hung up in the air. It kept drifting, and so 1 out. Charlie Blackman will come in as a pop out and a ground out in this one. First pitch from Cahill. Runs inside with that sinker. It's 1. Amador Gustavo and Harlan Garcia warm up in the Giants bullpen. Logan Webb only goes 4 innings. Gives up 2 runs. Blackman fouls that one away. It's 1-1. Blackman hits this one high and deep to center field. Going back is Frazier. He'll watch that one bounce over the fence for a ground rule double. So Blackman, good piece of hitting there. Take it to center field for the double. So a man on second with 1 out, and Daniel Murphy up to the plate now with an RBI chance. Watches the sinker there for strike 1. Got hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Cahill, the veteran, 32-year-old, 0-1, misses low in the dirt. It's 1-1. Drafted by the Oakland A's in 2006, then debuted in 2009. Here's the 1-1. This one's high and deep to left field. Yastrzemski chases that one down. Blackman will stay put at second, and there's 2 away here in the 5th.
Now batting, the second baseman, Ryan.
2010, he was borderline Cy Young Award worthy when 18-8 with a 2.97 ERA. But then really struggled in 2011. Ultimately ended up with him being traded over to the Diamondbacks. And then in 2015 traded over to the Braves, and then played with the Dodgers. This one's grounded to first to retire the side. So despite the 1-out double by Charlie Blackman, Trevor Cahill is able to get the next 2 men out to retire the side. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Rockies still holding on to a 2-1 lead. Cahill then struggled with the Dodgers in 2015, and then he signed with the Cubs, and ended up with the Padres and the Royals, then with the Athletics again, and then in 2019 with the Angels. Looks like the Giants now for this season. Ramos Garcia, the catcher, will lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. So we'll see Garcia, potentially a pinch hitter. And then back to the top of the order. James Pazos and Tyler Kinley warm up in the Rockies bullpen. Both of them, we've seen both of them in this game. Pazos taking the loss in the first game of this series. Here's the 0-1. Grounder through the hole, through the right side, and so the Giants get the leadoff man here in the 5th against Senzatella. Right down the middle of the plate, and that's a pitch not a lot of guys are going to miss. So Senzatella immediately working his Buster Posey. A pinch hit here for the Giants. Trevor Cahill with a clean 1 inning of work. Posey, the hero in Tuesday night's game. Called strike on the curveball, strike one. It's in 289, 6 RBIs. Bottom of the 8th against James Pazos. Posey is able to get the RBI single to score Billy Hamilton. And gave the Giants the win in Tuesday night's game. This is outside. 1-1. Third on the Giants in average in 289. It's behind guys like Hunter Pence and Yastrzemski. Those Pablo Sandoval. Mr. Posey just been around the game for a while now. Bounces away in the dirt. Runner's going to move up to second. Walters runs it down. And so that'll move Garcia over to second, and Nolby scored a wild pitch. Just took a weird hop and ricocheted off of Tony Walters. So it's 2-1 now with the runner on second and nobody out against the veteran hitter Buster Posey. Misses high, ball 3. Senzatella battling a little bit of control, but also you just want to be careful with Posey. Doesn't have the power as much anymore, but he's really good with men in scoring position. Always finds a way to score a run. The 3-1 lifted shallow center field. David Dahl coming in. Story, or Ryan McMahon, will call him off and make the catch. Kind of a rough play there, but he got a good jump on it. As David Dahl could have easily caught that, and at the last second has to dodge out of the way. A little bit of lack of communication there, but Yolmer Sanchez will stand in now with 1 out. And here's the first pitch to Yolmer Sanchez. This is high with that fastball. It's 1-0. In 3:33 with runners in scoring position this season. Senzatella just trying to look to get out of another inning. Deep down the line. That's going to get down for a base hit. Garcia will score easily from second as Sanchez will replace him at second, and we're tied at 2 here in the 5th. Sanchez puts that one down the line as Jeff Hoffman will get warmed up down in the Rockies bullpen. Wilmer Flores up to the plate now. Day's first pitch, curveball. Got a good piece of it. Wasn't sure where it was heading. Just enough to get it down the line to bounce off the wall. Foul territory in right. Blackman able to get that in quickly. Runs high and deep to left field. Easy play for Desmond, who makes the catch. And there's 2 away here in the 5th. We have Hunter Pence now, who tripled his last time up and then came in to score. Now he bats with a man on second. 2 outs in a tie ball game here in the 5th. Antonio Senzatella at about 77 pitches on this next one. This may be his last inning of work. First pitch to Pence, lined right at Trevor Story, who makes the play, and that'll retire the side. The Yolmer Sanchez ties the game up at 2 with this RBI double down the right field line. Just tucks it in there. So we head to the top of the 6th. We're tied at 2.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We'll have Handel Gustav come into pitch now for the Giants, the right-hander, in his 14th appearance. 13 and 2/3 innings, got a 4.61 ERA, 15 strikeouts to 5 walks, and it's been pretty good against right-handers and left-handers. As Ian Desmond will be the first man to face him here in the 6th. First pitch to Desmond, called outside corner, strike 1. Ian Desmond's got a 7-game hitting streak on the line here. Some bats here in the 6th. Here's the 0-1. This is outside. Ron Garcia and Sean Anderson. Garcia still warming up down there in the bullpen. Sean Anderson started throwing. Couple lefty and a righty. Popped up in foul territory by first base. Sanchez makes the catch. And there's one away here in the 6th.
The catcher, number 14.
We have Tony Walters. Ran up on him with the fastball. Kind of jammed him, and he just pops it up harmlessly in the air. So I'll bring up Tony Walters here with 1 out. First pitch misses up and in around his face. It's 1-0. Tony Walters, in his last 10 games, 6 runs scored. It's been a pleasure for him. It's always fun to see Walters find success. This bounce to second. Easy play for Flores. And there's quickly 2 away here in the Rockies' 6th.
Now batting, the pitcher.
Harmlessly bounced it over to Flores, who able to make the routine play. And we'll get Ramel Tapia to pinch hit. He's kind of the primary pinch hitter for the Rockies in the early goings. He'll face Handel Gustav. Lifts this one to right field. Pence ranges over and he makes the catch to retire the side. So pinch hitters retired on 1 pitch. And we head to the bottom of the 6th, heart of the order due up for the Giants. 4, 5, and 6 as we find ourselves in a tie ball game. Jeff Hoffman will come in for his 9th appearance. He's 1-0 in 7.2 of innings. He's got a 4.70 ERA. 8 strikeouts to 6 walks. Doing very well against right-handers. Only hitting a 111 against him. And lefties in 263. Mike Yastrzemski will lead things off. Sacrifice fly is last time up to score Pence. As Pazos and Tyler Kinley continue to warm up in the Rockies bullpen. And on things go, you may see Pazos in the next inning. There's the 1-0 in there for a called strike 1. Lines that one foul. Here's the 1-2. Just misses inside. Fat curveball. Here's the 2-2. Fouls that one away. So Mike Yastrzemski, as we've talked about before, he is the grandson of Hall of Famer and Triple Crown winner Carl Yastrzemski. So that one misses inside 3-2. Played at Vanderbilt. Swings to that one for strike 3. So Hoffman gets Yastrzemski for the strikeout. So there's 1 away here. Got him to swing through that one, and so that'll bring up Pablo Sandoval with 1 out. Here's the first pitch. It's inside. But how crazy would that be? I think that's something that's fun to see in Major League Baseball nowadays, is the next generational players. So the Yastrzemskis, the Guerreros. This one's lined into left for a base hit. Desmond bobbles it for a second, but Sandoval, who doesn't run well, will stay put at first. And there's 1 on with 1 out here in the 6th. Nice inside out swing to hit it the other way. Off the end of the bat. Took it the other way. I'll bring up Clint Frazier. This is outside 1-0. But it's just interesting to me to see all these generational players. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. For some reason, if your dad was a famous baseball player, for some reason the Blue Jays are gonna going to sign you for some reason. This one's lifted high and deep to left field. It has a chance to bounce off the wall. Sandoval will only get to third. Had a chance if it was going to stay fair or foul. Ball's in the favor of Clint Frazier. Thought it had home run distance. Sinking line drive there as it bounces off the top of the wall. Almost went out for the ground rule double. Said they'll put runners on second and third with one out, and Brandon Crawford up to the plate. Go ahead run at third in Sandoval as he catches the outside corner for strike one. Like I was saying, it's just cool to see the family ties in baseball and that generational talent. Kind of, I don't think Mike Yastrzemski isn't quite on the level that his grandfather was. His grandfather played in a totally different era, but in an old league of his own. The 0-2. Grounder back up the middle, slow dribbler. This will score the run. Throw to first, gets the out, but in the meantime, Sandoval scores. And the Giants now lead 3-2. Slow dribbler back up the middle. McMahon's able to make the play he did earlier in the game. Off-balance throw basically ends up at the shortstop position at the end of his throw. So 2 away here, runner on third. Ramos Garcia, the catcher, stand in. He came around to score the tying run his last time up. This is low, ball one. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Line high and deep to center field. David Dahl ranging back on, makes the catch on the run to retire the side, but the Giants managed to get a run to take the lead. We get to the 7th. Giants lead this one 3-2. This is top of the order, trying to get something going here. Looks like we'll get the double switch here. Gabe Kapler will making some changes here as Alan Garcia will come into pitch. 13th appearance, he's 1-0, 1.74 ERA. So the Giants find themselves with a lead here in the 7th. Tony Watson and Trevor Gott warming up in the Giants bullpen. Left-hander here will face David Dahl. Misses low with that slider. It's ball one. Well, if we were still in the old ways of baseball, meaning 2008, 2019, you'd just have Garcia face Dahl, and then you'd bring in somebody else to face Story and Arenado, the couple of right-handers. But with the new rules in 2020, Garcia has to face at least 3 batters, regardless. So there's no more of those pitching changes. Any pitcher that comes in has to face 3 batters or go to the end of an inning. Here's the 2-0. And it's in there for a call, strike one. So that basically effectively eliminates the left-handed specialist, so to speak. No more can a guy just come in, face 1 batter, and then he's done for the day. Which, personally for me, as that pitch was outside, 3-1. Personally for me, I like that rule. I hate how many times pitchers get swapped out. Here's a 3-1. Fouls that one off. Runs the count full. But I've just never liked the idea of a guy coming in and his job is to only face left-handed batters, even if it's only 1 batter a game. Dahl fouls that one off. No, and he's getting paid $13 million a year for that. It's money you could be spending elsewhere. So I think it's a good move as Dahl swings through that one for out number 1 here in the 7th. Ran down and in on him. Got him to swing through it. And David Dahl's woes continue. You see what Bud Black does, maybe to shake up the lineup here in the future. Here's the first pitch to Trevor Story. in there for a called strike one. Story 1 for 2, 2 runs scored in this game. He's the one who scored both of the Rockies' runs in this game. Another 0-1 pitch. It's now 1-1 on Trevor Story. Here's the 1-1. This is inside. 2-1. I think Trevor Story's debut is being shown on MLB Network tonight. There's been a few MLB Network games that have featured the Rockies as of late. And today, I believe they were doing his debut against the Diamondbacks in 2016. He's way in front of that slider for 2 straight. Runs the count to 2-2. Trevor Story just burst onto the scene, hit 2 homers in his first game. Set a record for most home runs in his first 10 games in the majors. Just a breakout star, and he's just continued to get better every year since 2016, and as he's been healthy. Full count pitch, misses outside, ball 4. So Trevor Story draws his second walk of the game, and he'll head to first with Nolan Arenado, who's had some success with Trevor Story on base in this game. He's got 2 RBI doubles. 2 doubles, both for an RBI in this game. He's 2 for 3. He's carried the Rockies offense in this one. Pick off to first. And he's back easily. Story, who runs well, could try to swipe a bag here. They run the hit and run. But he's got to be careful with that move over to first. Misses high. It's 1-0. But MLB Network is part of an all-time game. They showed the 2007 Game 163 tiebreaker between the Rockies and the Padres, which famously began the Rockies' run to Rocktober and their run to the World Series as they beat the Padres 9-8 on a controversial call at the plate. Luckily there was a replay then. This one's flared out to right field. Pence going back, makes the catch, and Story will retreat back to first. There's 2 outs now here in the 7th.
The right fielder, number 19.
Bring up Charlie Blackmon. 2 outs.
Your attention, please.
And they're going to go ahead and go get Tony Watson to face Blackmon. His 8th game. 5 innings of work for Watson. He's 1-1. Got a 9 ERA, 6 strikeouts to 1 walk. Well, left-handers only hitting 300 against him, which is better than the 500 that right-handers are hitting. But Charlie Blackmon, ground rule double, his last time around, as he looks to get something going here and find a way to score. Story from second, but he immediately grounds to second, or to short, and that will retire the side. So Rockies get the 1-out walk, but they can't do anything more than that. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Giants still lead this one 3-2. Aviatal Avelino came in the double switch, or will bat here for in the pitcher's spot. What was as he replaced Brandon Crawford, and he'll immediately get a base hit as a diving attempt with the throw into second, and they nail him. So trying to stretch it into a double, Blackmon dove, missed it, but Dahl right there to back it up, and snags it and quickly fires into second to get the shortstop. And so with 1 out here, Jeff Hoffman still pitching in his 2nd inning of work. He'll face Yolmer Sanchez now with 1 out. He's 1 for 3 with a double. That's saying about that Rockies 2007 game. It was part of the Rockies won last 15 of 16 of the regular, 14 of 15 in the regular season to tie the San Diego Padres for the wild card. They then go on to win that game at Coors Field via the walk-off as a short line drive acted as a sacrifice fly to score. Matt Holliday from third, who sprinted home, dove, called him safe, and then that's been the controversy ever since of did he touch home plate? Well, I may be biased, but I say he definitely did touch home plate. But it's a good thing that replay didn't exist then. As a diving catch by Ian Desmond gets Sanchez. Nice play there. Kind of a hard one, sinking line drive as he dives to make the basket catch. And now there's 2 away here. Then the Rockies went on to sweep the Phillies, and then they swept the Diamondbacks, and then sadly they had to sit around for 10 days. This one's lined into center field. Easy play for Dahl, and that'll retire the side. So a lot of help defensively for Jeff Hoffman, but the Rockies are able to set down the Giants in order. We head to the top of the 8th. Rockies find themselves down 3-2 with Daniel Murphy to lead things off. Well, the Rockies then had to sit for 10 days basically waiting for the American League championships to get figured out, and the Red Sox pushed their game, dragged out their series to 7 games, and then they started the World Series in Boston. So the Rockies, who had been sitting around doing nothing for 10 days, and then they come in against a fresh Red Sox team. So momentum was definitely on the Red Sox side, and sadly the Rockies got swept in the World Series, their only World Series appearance. And that's just what they've been trying to chase down ever since. They've only had couple 3 more ever since that 2007, as this one's fly out to left field as Murphy's down here to start the 8th. They had a good 2009 season, and then 2017 and 18 were back-to-back playoff years. First time in Rockies history. Ryan McMahon will stand in. He's over 2. But that's just what they've been fighting for ever since, just trying to get that World Series championship. But there's still a lot of work that the Rockies have to do. And Tony Watson will pitch in his 2nd inning of work as he faces Ryan McMahon. 1 out here. Here's the 1-0. This one's lined into left, down for a base hit. And so Rockies once again have a 1-out base runner. Let's see if they can get him to come around to score, as Ian Desmond will come in now. He's 0 for 2 in this one with a walk. Here's the 1-1. Line back up the middle for a base hit, and so he bobbles it in center. Desmond moving to second. McMahon will move up to third. A costly error there by Clint Frazier, who struggled picking it up, as Ian Desmond gets his hit to extend his hitting streak to 8 games. First pitch swinging, and Frazier has trouble gloving it. Hits off the heel of his glove. We'll get a pinch runner here of Garrett Hampson. Will replace Desmond at second. So go ahead run at second with Tony Wolters up to the plate. And diving stop by Sanchez. Meantime, McMahon scores. And we got a tie ball game here in the 8th. Diving stop by Yolmer Sanchez. Nice play there to get Watson covering. We'll get a pinch hitter here. We'll get Elias Diaz, the pinch hitter here. He's in 216 on the year. Swings to that slider for strike one. So the go-ahead run at third in Garrett Hampson. Diaz, 216, 1 homer. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Diaz. Grounds that one foul. It's 0-2. He's only hitting 154 with runners in scoring position. Hampson at third. So good speed on the bases right now. Here's the 0-2. Grounder, slow roller to second. Flores has got it. And that'll retire the side. But the Rockies managed to tie it up here in the 8th. But they can't do anything more than that. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Heart of the order due up for the Giants. As Garrett Hampson will take over in left field. He'll stay in the game. And James Pazos will come in. 12th appearance. 2.79 ERA in 9 2/3 innings of work. They'll face Hunter Pence, who tripled and came around to score. And Pazos is kind of taken over here in the 8th. One of the 8th inning rolls along with Scott Oberg. Haven't seen Scott Oberg at all, really. And flared out to right field. Blackman makes the catch, and there's one away here in the 8th. You put Pazos in to face the couple of lefties that are due up in Yastrzemski. And then he gets Sandoval to kind of flip over to the right side. Or he doesn't hit there as often. But Yastrzemski, he's 0 for 2 in this one. Had a good series, though. He's 3 for 8. Double, a couple of RBIs. Pazos comes set. Here's the 1-0. One now on Yastrzemski. Here's the 1-1. And this is low, 2-1. Rockies trying to avoid the sweep here in San Francisco. Jake McGee and Tyler McKinley still warming up. May see Kinley finally getting the game in the 9th. 2-1 called strike on the sinker. It's 2-2. Kinley's been warming up in that bullpen most of the game. 2-2, slow dribbler back up the mountain. Excuse me, swing. Story gloves it, but well late as they had him shifted. And it was kind of a an excuse me swing. Slow dribbler to the shortstop. So runner on first with 1 out. And Pablo Sandoval as Billy Hamilton will take over on the base pass for Yastrzemski. And that's kind of what happened on Monday night's game in the 8th. So we'll look to see if they send Hamilton, who takes off immediately. Throw down to second. Bounces in safely. And so Hamilton immediately swipes second base for his 11th of the season. It's now 0-1 on Sandoval, but the go-ahead run's at second. Called strike on the inside corner with that slider. It's 0-2. Well, this is the same exact situation Pazos found himself in on Tuesday night. Runner at second, Billy Hamilton in the 8th. And last time he was facing Buster Posey. This time it's Pablo Sandoval, but he gets him swinging at that one in the dirt. 2 away here now. Nice pitch there by Pazos to get Sandoval swinging way out in front of that pitch. And so with 2 outs and a runner on second, Clint Frazier will stand in now. 2 for 2. Error. Because this one's high and deep into the gap. Hampson giving chase, makes the catch. On the warning track. That's the advantage of Hampson's speed. He's able to run that thing down as the Rockies get out of the 8th. We get to the top of the 9th. We're tied at 3. So Billy Hamilton will stay in at left field for Yastrzemski. Top third of the order due up for the Rockies as Gabe Kapler's coming in. Probably go with another double switch here.
Now it's Thursday, number 10, Evan Longoria.
So Evan Longoria will come in at third, and Sean Anderson will come in to pitch now. Right-hander in his 11th appearance. He's a 7.94 ERA. He's 2-1 on the season. 10 strikeouts to 5 walks. He'll face David Dahl. He's been held hitless in this one. He's 0 for 4. Watches that pitch outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Just misses outside. It's 2-0. Well, if David Dahl could probably choose the perfect time to get a hit, I think now would be it. Here's the 2-0 from Anderson. Called strike the letters. It's 2-1. Here's another 2-1 pitch. Just misses outside with the changeup. It's 3-1. That was a tough pitch to lay off of, but he does. And now Trevor Story waits on deck. Here's the 3-1 delivery to David Dahl. Lines that one foul. That'll run the count full. Another 3-2 pitch. Lined right to Sanchez at first, but race to the bag, and he just beats Dahl. And it looks like the trainer's coming out to see Anderson has a dull pain in the back of his neck. So he'll be replaced here by Trevor Gott, who will come in relief now. And for his 7th appearance, he's got a 1.93 ERA in 4 2/3 innings of work, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Right-handers are hitting .286 against him, so this is an ideal as Anderson's taken out of the game. Reyes Moronta, the Giants closer, is still warming up. It's 1 for 2. Story, single, a couple of runs scored. Just looking to get on base here. First pitch is a curveball, and it's strike 1. Said Reyes Moronta's warming up in the Giants bullpen still. If they keep this thing tied, you can bet he'll probably pitch the 10th if it goes that far. But ideally for the Giants, they're going to end this thing in the bottom of the 9th. Or in the Rockies' case, they get a run, they score, and they have to hold off the Giants in the bottom of the inning. Here's the 1-1. Swings to that changeup. It's now 1-2 on Trevor Story. Here's the 1-2. Grounder to second. Flores has got it. Over to first to retire Story. So 2 away now, as the Rockies have rolled over twice on pitches. I'll bring him Nolan Arenado. It's 2 for 4 in this one. 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. He's got 21 on the season now. But now would be a good time to add on home run number 8 for the year. He'll face Trevor Gott here with 2 away here in the 9th. Tied at 3. Swings through that fastball, a hefty hack. Comes up empty. It's 0-1. Somehow it came up late on that fastball, or swung too early. Here's the 0-1. Grounder bounces off of Gott, who gathers it and fires to first to retire the side. So the Rockies go down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the ninth. We're tied at 3. Giants looking to close this thing out and send the Giants fans home happy.
Your attention, please.
Well, we'll get Wade Davis, the Rockies closer, making his 9th appearance in a non-safe situation. He's converted 4 of 4 save opportunities in 8 innings of work, 4.50 ERA. The right-handers are hitting .400 against him. They'll face Evan Longoria, who's hitting .347 on the year. 4 homers, 13 RBIs. As he came in the double switch. So 1-0 on Longoria. Here's the pitch. And that one's fouled away. It's 1-1. Well, Longoria was the longtime Tampa Bay Ray, and then traded to the Giants a couple years ago. Hasn't enjoyed the same success. Battled injuries, just inconsistency. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Davis. This is outside with that knuckle curve. It's 2-2. Another 2-2 pitch. And that one runs outside with the cutter. It's 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. Bounces that one foul. (3-2). Got him swinging, tied him up there. And there's one away here in the ninth for Wade Davis. Ran that knuckle curve way inside. And that was just sort of a ugly defensive swing by Longoria. And there's one away now with Ramos Garcia here. First pitch, called strike inside. It's 0-1. Garcia's 1 for 3 in this one. Allen runs outside and it's 1-1. There's the 1-1. Oh, it's tapped foul. Here's the 1-2. Lifted high to left field. Hampson comes on to make the catch. And there's 2 away now here in the ninth.
Now batting, number 46.
So Avital Amelino stand in with 2 outs here. And this is outside. Here's the 1-0. That one's lined foul. It's 1-1. And that one runs outside. It's 2-1. Well, if Davis can get Avelino here, the Rockies will have Blackman, Murphy, and McMahon due up in the top of the 10th. Slow roller to third. Scooped up by Arenado. throws it over Murphy. A rare error there by Arenado as it just sails over Murphy, and Avellino will move up to second on the play. And so now it's 2 outs. The winning run is now at second. Not quite sure what happened there with Arenado, who's usually so smooth. Play it is. We'll get Yolmer Sanchez to lead things off, or to hit now. He's 1 for 4. First pitch is lifted high and deep, and that should do it. That ball is gone. 2-run shot by Yolmer Sanchez wins it for the Giants. A 2-run walk-off homer, his first homer of the year. And the Giants walk it off here on the Rockies for the sweep, as they are going absolutely insane. How costly was that error by Arenado? He knew it was gone as soon as he hit it. And so the Rockies' bad luck continues as that ball was crushed into the bay. And so the Rockies get swept here in San Francisco. It's Yolmer Sanchez, obviously now the player of the game with that home run. Just absolutely crushed that ball for the win. Sends the Giants fans home happy. Trevor Gott gets the win. His first win of the year. Wade Davis takes the losses. The Rockies lose this one 5-3. Giants win it on 5 runs on 9 hits. And the Rockies lose 3 runs, 7 hits. As their bad luck continues, they scored 3 runs in almost all these games.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Giants.
So that'll do it here in San Francisco as Trevor Gott gets the win in 2/3 innings of work coming in for Sean Anderson. Wade Davis takes the loss. Yolmer Sanchez, player of the game, 2 for 5 with a home run and a double. Some of the notables for Colorado: Nolan Arenado, 2 for 5, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. Trevor Story goes 1 for 3 with a 2-run score. Charlie Blackmon 1 for 4, a double. Ryan McMahon 1 for 3 with a run scored. Hunter Pence goes 1 for 4 with a triple and a run scored for the Giants. Clint Frazier 2 for 3 with a double. And Ramos Garcia 1 for 4 with a run scored. So that'll do it here for Skylar Timmons here along the sideline crowd. Thank you so much for watching and joining us once again. As sadly the Rockies are not able to turn things around and avoid the sweep as they fall to 9-15. They're in the bottom of the National League West. They've got to really figure out how they can win and really get that offense going, as they've only able to score roughly around 10 runs in this series. And so they, Bud Black, the manager, is definitely going to be trying to figure out how to get his team jump-started in the coming days. But that'll do it here for us. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Sideline Crowd in our Colorado Rockies baseball simulation. See you later and take care.